So after reading The Experimenter, I learned a lot of new things, and it was very helpful because it gave me a lot of new ideas on how to approach things. But the two main things that I took out of this was basically who an experimenter was and the importance of prototypes to experimenters. Right off the bat in the story, they touch on who they believe experimenters are. And they say what experimenters share is a passion for hard work, a curious mind, and openness to serendipity. And they also define an experimenter as someone who makes tangible ideas, dashing off sketches, cobbling together creations of duct tape and foam core, shooting videos to give personality and shape to a new service and concept. One example that they showed us of who an experimenter was the Wright brothers, and I like this one the most because it really shows how much hard work that an experimenter has to put in. They explained how they had 200 different types of prototypes, and really they put in so much hard work, and they actually put their lives on the line just to try to get this experiment out of the way. So it really showed what an experimenter was like, and that was a really good example of what they do. One of the things that this story talked a lot about was how important prototypes were to experimenters, and they actually stated, and this is one of my favorite quotes from the story, is how prototyping is essential to an experimenter like a hammer to a carpenter, which basically sums up the importance of it, because really there's no way to get out your idea unless you try to do many different prototypes, and that's what it takes. Something that they exaggerated a lot about in the story was how you shouldn't spend a lot of time on prototyping. They specifically said, don't be precious about prototyping. Prototypes don't need to be fashioned. Which is very true, because if you can just get your idea across and someone can see what you're trying to get at, it's going to be a big hit, and you might actually get a good sell out of it. So overall, this story really bettered my knowledge on who experimenters were, and it gave me a lot of ideas of how to prototype, and I got a lot of good examples that might help me in the future.